If I had to start all over again from zero, these are the 4 top business models that I would start this year if I wanted to get to at least about $300,000 per year, and I'll show you exactly why, all right? So we've got 4 of the top online businesses. I think these are my favorite, all right? There are a lot of different ones out there, and some of them are really, really crappy, but I'm gonna share with you what I would do, and we're gonna start from the 4th one first, being my least favorite, but still decent, okay? So business number 4, if you wanna start something online, to make at least $300,000 a year, I think that's a pretty comfortable number. You can obviously make more if you put in more effort, right? But $300,000, that's pretty decent, okay? 4th business would be a content creator. Okay, content creator is basically when you create content on all the social platforms, whether it's YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, right? And then what you're doing is you're just going viral, you're creating a lot of content so you get a lot of views and you build followers, okay? So what happens is you got to get really good at building out content. You go viral around a mass market niche or industry or topic. For example, food, clothes, workout, things like that, right? Things that a lot of people generally associate with and can connect with. And then once you get big, you do brand deals with big companies like Coca-Cola, Electrolux, workout companies, all sorts of different companies that want to get access to your followers, okay? Now, this is a cool strategy because what it's doing is it's teaching you how to market. If you can learn how to market, if you can learn to go viral, you can learn to brand yourself, and you can get views and followers, you can do a lot of other stuff too. And I'll kind of talk about that a little bit. But because it's quite difficult to, make this money from big companies, you got to be pretty big. 1 million, 5 million, 10 million followers. It's going to take a little bit of time, okay? So the content creator route, even though it's very viable to do this and get some pretty good brand deals with big companies, it's going to take a while, because for you to amass 1 million, half a million, 2 million, 3 million, 5 million followers is going to take a little bit. But I think it's a great skill, okay? And that's why it's business number 4. It's still very realistic. It's just going to take a little bit more time, all right? So that's business 4. Business number 3 is SaaS. Software as a service. That means you're going to build some sort of software and then you're going to sell it, okay? And the way that you do this is you use AI to create a simple, valuable software that other people don't have, or you take a software that's already working and you find some sort of other competitive edge and you use AI to build the software. So back in the day, this used to be really, really difficult. If you wanted to create a software, like, you would have to spend a lot of money, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, hire really, really good developers because you want everything to be super solid. And then once you have your software, then you would have to market it, okay? Which is very expensive. And a lot of people don't have, hundreds of thousands of dollars lying around, right? So in this day and age, there's some pretty good and smart AI. You're gonna have to pay for it, but it's not expensive, okay? Under $100 a month. And you can create simple software from these AI, and it's going to get even better. They're going to get even more complex, and then eventually you can create some really complex software, and then all you need to do is just drive paid ads directly to the software and get something called MRR, which is monthly recurring revenue. So you might charge something like, very cheap, maybe $19 or $27 a month, but you've got 1,000 members. Do the math on that, right? You can earn a lot of money, and because AI is so powerful now, it can create good software where you don't have to pay a developer hundreds of thousands of dollars. So now you're spending like $100 a month, and then you're running ads. Obviously, the ads are going to be a bit more expensive. You need a bit more of a budget for that. Maybe $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, and then you can scale from there. But a very, very realistic way, I think, to get to $300,000. And this is definitely a business that I would recommend people do. You use AI to build software as a service. You keep it cheap. You find a gap in the market, and then you charge a monthly recurring revenue, and that's how you build out, okay? So that's business number 3, which I think is super cool and super fun, very doable for a lot of people. Hey, just real quick, I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to make you money. So if that's what you're after, make sure you subscribe to the channel. All right, let's look at business number 2. Business number 2, you create your own digital product, okay? So that means you create your own membership website. You create your own mastermind. You create your own video training course, something that teaches someone how to solve a very, very specific topic, okay? So I've done this in my space. I've got my very own, digital affiliate marketing training program. I teach people how to sell other creators' digital products. So this is something that I've done, right? And for example, you can, whatever real life skill that you have, okay? Maybe you're an expert in teaching people how to stop smoking because maybe you've done that yourself. Or maybe you're really good with dogs and you want to teach people how to train their puppies, all right? Or maybe you're a workout junkie, okay? And you know how to get jacked. You know how to get six-pack abs. So maybe you want to teach, 40-year-old men, right? Between 40 and 50, or between, anyone over 40 years old, how to get jacked, because it's still possible. You just have to know the science behind it, right? Maybe you create a program like that. Or maybe you're really good with relationships and you want to teach someone how to get their ex-girlfriend or ex-boyfriend back, you could create a digital product around that and sell it. And I think this is one of the coolest business models out there, because digital products don't cost really anything to make. It's just your time and your expertise. And there is definitely something in your life that you're pretty good at, or you can learn to be good at, and then you can create a simple digital product. Remember, a digital product doesn't have to be, like 30 hours of training. It could literally be like an hour of training, right? Split up in short 5 or 10-minute videos. It doesn't have to be super comprehensive. It can be pretty simple, but still get the person that result, right? How to use Excel in a very specific way, for example, and you could sell it for $27. That's where you could start, right? And so creating your own digital product, I think, is really good. It's highly profitable. It's basically 80-90% profit margins. You would market everything online, okay? You don't have any physical stores. You don't have to pay rental, construction. You don't need any employees. It is a really, really great program, and you can sell to the world, all right? That's why I like creating digital products. I think this business, very easy to get to at least $300,000 a year. This could be $1 million per year business. This could be $1 million a month business. This is how powerful this one is, okay? So number 2, create your own digital product. Business number 1, okay? This is my favorite, okay? Digital affiliate marketing. So what we're doing here, it's similar to this one, except that we don't have to create the product. So what we're doing instead is we're selling somebody else's digital product, right? And the reason why this is number 1 is because I think for most ordinary people that have never done any sort of online business, they've never made money online, maybe they've never even started a business, maybe you've never done that before, right? I think that creating your own product is a little bit more complicated. You can do it, don't get me wrong. If you have an expertise and you don't mind going through the process of learning how to create your own product, then you can do that. But a lot of people don't have an expertise that they feel confident enough to create a digital product, and they don't want to spend so much time doing it, right? So what do you do instead? Well, you just become a middle person and you sell another creator's digital product. So much easier, right? So all you're doing is you're picking a niche, a topic, and then you're becoming the middle person, and you're just driving eyeballs to that product, and then you make a commission, 50%, 60%, 70%, 80% commissions, right? So you sell other creators' digital products online, all right? I've made millions doing this, okay? And all you do is you drive leads, you add value, and you make sales, all right? So these are my top businesses right here. I think that all of these businesses are very viable, okay? You can do at least $300,000 a year with these businesses. Obviously, you might do less if you don't do any work. If you don't take any action, you may not make any money at all. But for me, if I was to rank businesses that I would want to focus on this year to make at least 300K, I think that, these are the businesses in this order: content creator, software as a service, creating your own digital product and selling it online, or just reselling somebody else's digital product so that you don't have to waste any of your time building everything out. All right, let me know what you thought in the comment section below. Give me some thumbs ups if you got some value from this video today. I'm going to share with you that these 2 businesses right here, the top 2 ones, I made almost $3 million doing it. I think these are great businesses, and if you would like to learn how to do that, maybe you don't have the skills, you're like, Aaron, this is exciting, I want to do digital affiliate marketing. How do I do that, right? How do I find a product, a niche? How do I build it out? How do I get traffic? How do I become a good middle person? I have a very extensive free masterclass that you can check out. It's in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you on the next one.